One bright summer day, a girl named Georgia came to Edisto Island to camp with her family. As they drove under the great oak trees covered in Spanish moss, looking for their campsite, they came to the marsh, and Georgia saw the mystery tree. Georgia thought it was the most beautiful and strange thing she had ever seen. "Mama, who puts all those decorations on that tree?" Georgia excitedly asked her mother. "I don't know, dear," her mother said, smiling at her curious daughter. So Georgia turned to her dad and asked him, "Papa, do you know who puts all those decorations on that tree?" "No, I don't, Georgia. Maybe you should ask someone that lives here." Georgia leaned back in her seat and thought about how she would do just that. Shortly after they had passed the tree, they saw the campground where they would spend the week. Georgia caught her first glimpse of the sparkling sea behind the palm trees they would sleep under at night. The whole family worked together to quickly set up the big green tent. When they finished, Georgia and her big sister Heather took the dogs for a walk along the beach. The sand was so hot it burned Georgia's bare feet, and the sun made her strawberry blonde hair shine. The ocean stretched out before them as far as they could see, and the water looked cool. In a few minutes, the girls were swimming like fish in the ocean with the dogs. They were flipping, twisting, jumping over and diving under the waves, the dogs, and each other. He peeled that beastly stuff right off, just as I thought I'd done it myself the other 3 times, only they hadn't hurt, and there it was, lying on the grass, only ever so much thicker and darker and more knobbly looking than the others had been. And there was I, as smooth and soft as a peeled switch, and smaller than I had been. Then he caught hold of me. I didn't like that much, for I was very tender underneath now that I'd no skin on, and he threw me into the water. It smarted like anything, but only for a moment. After that, it became perfectly delicious, and as soon as I started swimming and splashing, I found that all the pain was gone from my arm. And then I saw why. I'd turned into a boy again.